Hello, everybody. It's Pearlo Wisdom, and you're watching Puckin' Deep. Our first show of the regular season. I got Ron here from RNJ Media, who is I'm fortunate enough to be aligned with, and we're going to be talking about our little like this past weekend, what we saw, some of the things that have happened in the NHL and the games that are going on right now, actually. But you got Philadelphia playing Florida right now. Philadelphia is up 1-0 in the first. Looked pretty good in the first period.
Yeah.
And New Jersey and Columbus.
Columbus.
Columbus out shooting them like 18-5, but New Jersey's
Right.
got the lead 1-0 right now.
Right.
So, okay. What do you, from the first games that you've seen so far, is there anything that's either kind of surprised you or piqued your interest about what's happened so far there, Ron?
Well, first of all, thank you all very much for tuning in and checking us out, man. Please hit the like and subscribe button, man. We really appreciate that. Smash that button, man. Do that. Um, Great to be on Pucking Deep, and this is going to be a great show that we're going to continue to try to do and just keep putting it out there, man. We're getting into the deep areas, and uh,
Mm-hmm.
so there you go. So far, what I've been a little bit surprised about is I really liked. Okay, I'm gonna get real laser focused here on you real quick. I've really liked how Matthew Schaefer has played.
Oh yeah, he has. He's surprised me actually.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that in of itself,
Mm-hmm.
like I know the Islanders aren't really, as he goes, the Islanders go. I get that because they're, but
Mm-hmm.
I really like how he's played. I
Mm-hmm.
really like what he's shown. He's already got, 2 points on, a couple points he's got already with some assists and stuff. So, I mean, really love seeing this kid play. Really like what he's doing. Um, I was a little bit surprised with Boston being
Oh yeah.
one of the early leaders. I
Mm-hmm.
was not expecting Boston to be part of the early group of winners.
Yeah.
However, I was expecting Colorado to
Yeah.
be part of the leadership group, and they are undefeated, and they've been playing fantastic.
Oh, they have. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, welcome back to the NHL, Gabriel Landeskog. Yeah, how you doing? You
Yeah.
know,
Oh, that
that
team's
has
looked fantastic. Yeah.
okay, right? So that team. Other surprises, Vegas. Uh, I'm expecting a little more from Vegas, so maybe we need to go a couple more games deep for them. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Same thing with um, I think Dallas is in that same realm too. I think you need a couple more games to see a little bit more what's
They
going
did
on.
beat Colorado like they tend to do. I don't know why Colorado can't got a mental block with Dallas or something. Outplayed them all game, but
I know that I okay, right? I mean, I try to watch that game specifically the Dallas Colorado
yeah,
game
that
because
was the big game for sure.
right, yeah. You know what I mean. Not surprised about Toronto. Not surprised about Edmonton. Even though we got this is not breaking news by any stretch because of Connor McDavid signing his paltry 2 years,
Mm-hmm. 12.5.
what's
Yeah.
$12.5 million.
Yeah.
You and I both know that's paltry money
Well, it makes sense why they
comparatively.
waited so long because if they would have did it right away, everybody would have been like, only 2 years. Do it later when
Or
everybody's like,
only
is he going to
12
sign?
million?
Is he going to sign or not going to sign? And then he signed. So
I can't believe it was only for 12 million.
12 point. Well, he said, if I think we can win over and over again. So he said, here, he's put all the cards on the table and said, this is it. This is up to you now. If we need the depth and the goaltending, whatever we need, it's up to you. You got 2 years because I believe if he still stays there after 2 years and they are doing what they're doing right now, I'll be shocked. Shocked.
Okay, so that yeah, I was a little. I honestly thought he was going to leave and go somewhere else, but hey, what do
So
I
did
know?
I. I would have.
I mean, you
That's
were
right.
betting on him going to Tampa Bay. You
I
know
didn't
what I
put any
mean,
money
right?
on it. There's no way to put any money on it. But
No, I
yeah,
know, but I mean, but
the
you
way
were
I
definitely
saw it is if you really want to win, know you're going to win over and over again, Tampa Bay was the place to go. But uh, he wants he cares about Edmonton obviously, and he cares about his what do they call it, legacy. So if he can leave now, he can leave saying I did everything I could. I took 12.5 million. I gave him 2 years to get players to play.
That's true.
So we'll see. They got lots of cap space next year. I don't think this team's going to do it this year.
Yeah, I don't either.
So
I don't see
unless
them.
they do
No.
something at the deadline or whatever.
Right. Right. Right.
Then
However,
we got the Nashville Predators on a 3-0. I don't think that's going to stick around there, but man, I got to say, watching them, that uh, Burnett has got them playing hard. That's for sure. They
yeah,
got a couple
yeah.
kids in there playing top of the lineup, bringing
Hot
some about
seat here
having
for
the
Barry
kids like
Trotz.
something like having those kids in there when they're all like just trying to prove themselves and stuff. It brings energy to a team. So it was probably a pretty smart move. I can't see it sticking, but
Maybe it
uh
will. We don't know, but maybe it will. But
same as
I mean,
Boston. I think Boston, they lost today to Tampa Bay.
yeah, yeah. But
No, they'll start to fall off there.
we'll see. We'll see. Like I said, I was a little bit surprised by them with what they were able to do in the first couple of games. Um, Carolina has looked like Carolina.
Carolina's look good.
I mean, like there's no. I mean, Anderson's played well. There's really no.
Yep.
I don't
Anderson
see
has
any
looked.
holes in Carolina. We talked about that in our Carolina preview show, and
Mm-hmm.
Florida, Florida, all things considered, doesn't look bad either. I mean, like you still got Marshawn, you still got Bennett, you still got Bobrovsky, they still got a lot of guys there.
And
You know what I mean?
they have a system that is it's
You're
just
right.
like butter watching them play. I mean,
It is right. Okay, now
beautiful. It's beautiful the way they play.
uh they played against the Flyers the other night, and Flyers took them to task a little bit. I
Mm-hmm.
think Flyers looked, even though they've lost. No, they played against Florida, and then they took Carolina to overtime, um, and lost in overtime. But I I'm a little bit kind of a surprised, even though they've lost. I'm a little bit surprised at how well Philadelphia has played.
Yeah.
Their power play has improved, right? And okay, they put up some points. They put some goals in. So all right, they've scored on the power play. All right, there's some good things coming from there, but no wins as of yet. But
Yeah, I think Florida will take some teams by surprise early a little bit. But that game against Florida, Florida really owned that game most for the most part. They Florida's going to play around with you like they are today. They're going to play around with you, and then the third period they'll put it on. So I bet you they would end up winning this game. But you got to say with what I like about Philadelphia is, from what I see, is they are now putting a system together that is going to be something that's going to be it's going to be a team now. It's not going to be just like what can we do to win this game like Tortorella was doing. Like he was, every little angle to win the game and focus on today, and that's not going to be the case here under Tocchet, I don't think, and that's what they need. They need to get to an identity, a system that they all can play and they all agree with, and they all know what their role is and everything like that. And
yep,
whether they make the playoffs this year means nothing, honestly. It
agreed,
really doesn't
agreed,
matter at all. So
agreed.
It's
Agreed.
just as long as you're being competitive, playing hard, and working on that system and becoming a team, that's what matters for Philly this year.
And being in your spot.
Being in
And
your
being in your
spot.
spot.
You're going to have to be in your
Be
spot.
in your spot. Okay, right?
Yeah.
Because if you're
I
not in your
haven't been
spot,
able to watch Philly too much yet, but I should watch to see how Michkov and Konechny. They're the two guys that are going
they
to
look
be.
good. They
They're
look
going
good. Yeah, they look
to.
good.
If
Tippett
they're
looks
buying
good.
in, if they're
Yeah,
buying in, then
yeah, yeah,
everybody's going to buy it, right?
yeah. I'm telling you right now. I like some of the improvements, but it's still a
I'll
ways
tell you
off.
what I like. I love, and so does Rick Tocchet. It's Forster. I love that kid. I absolutely love
So they got
that kid.
they
He
got
is
him for the last game.
Brink.
They put him and Luchenko and Brink on the fourth line,
Yeah.
right? And guess what line has been the most productive line
Hmm.
for Philly the last two games? Take a
Yeah.
guess. Gee, what do you know? Not
This Yeah, that's funny. That's Rick Tockett's style. Like he'll take guys and that you probably should play higher in the lineup, but he loves their character and he'll put them down on the fourth line. And it's like a message. If I put you down on the fourth line, I don't want to hear you complaining. I put
you know.
Forster down there. I put
Yeah,
Brink down there. They work their balls off. So you go
yeah,
down there, you do what they do. I love Rick Tocchet.
yeah.
I've heard a lot of poo pooing about Rick Tocchet. Well, what has he done? What has he done? He's had bad teams, and he's done. When he was in Arizona, he had really not good teams, and he brought them to the playoffs. And in Vancouver, it wasn't a great team, and he had that Pedersen problem, that whatever. But I look at the way he molds a team, and I think Rick Tocchet does a really good job of that.
He's been a Jack Adams award winning coach, so he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He knows how to win. Okay.
Hmm.
He's got Stanley Cup ring with Pittsburgh Penguins as an assistant. So I mean, he clearly has. I think he's like I with what you said, Pro. I think he's doing a good job down there in Philly. Um,
Right.
Not surprised about the New York Rangers.
No. I mean, Sullivan's got a
He's
big
uphill
hurdle
climb
there.
and yeah, uphill
He's
climb.
got a big hurdle there
Yeah,
to get
yeah.
those guys working in the right direction and doing everything. One thing I will say about the New York Rangers is Zibanejad has come out with the focus to start off with, and Lafreniere has looked really good. So they're two guys.
As
They're,
advertised. Yeah,
yeah, they're two guys that seems to have said, you know what, enough of this drama and nonsense about. We're out here to play some hockey, so hopefully everybody will. And Cooley, that he's a kind of guy. I don't think it matters what's going on around him. He's a good, hardworking guy. They just lost Rick Tocchet. What looks or not Rick Tocchet, jeez, Trocheck. Just
what?
lost Trocheck for a while, so that's going to be
Okay.
interesting. But I think
Yeah.
this is going to be a buy-in year for the Rangers. I
It
see them
has to
around
be. It has to be.
500, a 500 team.
Okay.
Just missed the playoffs. Maybe they make a run as they all buy in. I don't know, because it was Sullivan. I mean, he's been with one team forever, and he's had Crosby there. It's kind of a lot easier, and he said it himself. Like Pittsburgh was pretty easy to coach because Crosby is going to get everybody in line. You're all you got to do is show up and back him up and put a decent system in place and go from there. He doesn't have that guy here.
No, 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 he doesn't. Not in New York at all. No, no, no.
No. So
Um, okay. Uh, what do you think about uh, Edmonton hasn't really started off all that well. What do you think
which
about
is
like
normal.
right. What do you think about like the Vancouver, the Calgary, the hey, how about Seattle jumping out there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Playing well, right? Like, all
Yeah.
right.
Um, what's the what I always forget his name. That coach. I'll look him up here right away. I
for
actually,
Seattle. For Seattle,
yeah, they just
Lambert.
Lambert. I've
Yeah,
actually, I thought he did fine in the island. I thought it was just a
yeah,
really bad team. I thought he was doing a good job with that team, honestly.
yeah.
And then
Okay.
he went to Toronto for a while, and I was hoping he'd get another shot, and I'm glad he did. I don't know if Seattle's going to be able to keep this up, but I think he's a good coach. I do. I think he's a pretty solid coach. I've listened to him talk in interviews and stuff like that. He seems like a very intelligent guy. And that's another team that, they got some veterans, and right now they're going to believe. They're going to believe in themselves right now, and sometimes belief is like 80% of the game. But we'll see. We'll see as it goes down, because the roster
Yeah.
isn't the greatest, and Decord has really kept him in a lot of the games quite a bit. He's a fantastic goalie, but as far as Edmonton is concerned, I mean, you got to do better than what they have for depth forward. For This is not as good of a team as last year.
No, I highly agree with you on that one, man. Okay. So I know it's still like I don't really want to get into it right now because it's still really early in the season and we really haven't had, you
Mhm.
know, that many games played yet. So there's not really that many, Kale McCarr has, a good amount of points and he's leading the league right now, but it's with 8 points.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So like, but okay, in 3 games or 4 games, I'm like, okay, and
I've got a little bit on Dorofeyev for plus 50,000 to win the Rocket, and he scored 4 goals already, or 5 goals for Vegas. I got him for plus 50,000 for a couple bucks.
holy moly!
But
All
we didn't
right,
get into Vegas, but Vegas, that they need some hate on that team. I think that's the issue that they have there. They have too many of the same guys. They got a lot of skilled guys, and I like Marner as a player. Eichel's sort of like that composed internal confidence type player, but they don't really have anybody besides Stone that is
right,
going to go out there and
yeah,
just like drag you into the war. And Stone's he's getting
getting up
old.
there,
He
and
doesn't,
yeah,
and his body's not
yeah.
there anymore.
He's
I
missed a
think
lot of games over the last couple
I
years
think they
too.
need at least one guy that's going to drag them into the war
Yeah,
there in Vegas.
I'm with you. Stone has missed a couple of games over the last couple of years too, where
He has, yeah, yeah.
significant time where he's missed. So
And now with Peter Angelo not there, as sort of like their spiritual
retired,
warrior, yeah.
yeah, right. Like he's all right. I'm hanging up the skates. Okay, but um, we'll see how Vegas goes. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. What do you think? There's only 2 games on right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Florida's
mean?
coming back like I thought they would here in the second. They're controlling
Yeah,
play.
yeah.
Yeah.
But there'll be some games on later tonight. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
and don't you do like a show at 10 o'clock?
I do a show at 10 o'clock.
There you
Um,
go.
but we can look at the some games for tomorrow before we head out.
Yeah,
If you want.
yeah. No, 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 no. No, I was just trying to say, what show are you doing tonight at 10 o'clock?
Oh, you want to talk about that? Yeah, I have my own. I have my own channel as well that I just kind of refurbished again, and just go to Perlo's NHL. You'll find it. Actually, maybe I can put the link on the bottom here. I'll send you the
Yeah.
link, and you can hit the link in the description. I do a sort of a betting hockey show at 10 o'clock in the evenings. Most evenings when I can do it, I'm going to be doing it at 10 o'clock for an hour or so, like that. And then if I have more time, I'll go over to Twitter Spaces, which you can catch me at NHL Perlo's NHL POW on Twitter. And the Blues already scored. I didn't even notice that. They're playing the Canucks. I have them. Oh, Snuggerud. I didn't even play Snuggerud today. But
Really?
Perlo's NHL POW. You can catch me on there. But we can go through the games for
Snuggerud, man,
tomorrow
great
real quick.
Minnesota guy. Snuggerud, man, he's a great
Snuggerud, I
Minnesota guy.
love Snuggerud,
Yeah,
man.
dude,
I like that
loved
St.
watching
Louis
him play.
team. They've got
Yeah,
you're talking about those guys that go to war. You got Snuggerud, you got Neighbors, you got guys like that are going to go out and be playoff guys when the playoffs come. I really like the way they built that team. He's did a
yeah,
fantastic job
yeah.
for
And
sure.
I watched Snuggerud play all through juniors, all through college.
Did
Yeah,
you?
he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He played really well in the
Well,
World
he's
Juniors.
kind of like his father, right? His father was a lot like him. I forget his first father's first name, but Snuggerud, he played for the Buffalo Sabres, and he was like that type of player. But I think his son's got more offense than he
Oh
did.
yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I think he's got more often, and I think his son kind of still takes after his dad because he's got some snarl.
He does have snarl. Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean, right? So,
yeah.
okay. So there's a full slate. That's one, two,
Yeah, we'll
four,
go over them
five,
real
six,
quick
seven,
here.
eight. So there's 8 games on for the slate for tomorrow,
Yeah, 8
right?
games for the slate for
That's
tomorrow.
not bad, man. That wait a minute. How many was there for tonight? One, two, three, four, five.
I'll tell you what. I'm not going to say because you can come in at watch me at 10 o'clock and we'll do the picks for this. But I'll tell you what. If the Maple Leafs don't beat the Predators tomorrow, and I know they're going to be using Maple Leafs are going to be using their backup because they have, which is Primo, because they
He's
played.
not bad. He's
He's
not a
he's
bad
okay.
goalie.
I thought it was a good pickup. Picked him up off the waiver wire. He's had his ups and downs in the NHL, but could do worse for sure. Uh, but the Predators, they're going to be playing their backup as well, and I believe that's Ahonen. And we his name is Eustace Ahonen. And
Yeah.
on the Ice Guys, and you can watch me on the Ice Guys on Wednesday. That's a show that I do as well. They call him useless on it. So
I don't understand though, because they're not playing. They are playing tonight, right?
yeah, the
So
Predators play
both
tonight
both
and Toronto
both
played
of
today.
well, no, but both the Predators and Toronto playing back to backs,
Hmm.
right? So that makes
So
sense why they would
Toronto's
be.
got to win that game. You have a team that just played in Ottawa. They got to go on. Uh, they went on a Western road trip. They beat Ottawa, which is like really they got outplayed, but they did beat them.
and
They got
and
to beat
it
them tomorrow.
and it's a home game too for them. So Toronto gets to stay at home for the 2 games at back to back, but uh uh Nashville has to come in.
Yeah,
So all
alarm
right.
bells will be going off if they don't win that game. Uh,
Okay. So
I predicted they would struggle early because they did. I don't think that Mazzetti kid is as good as everybody thinks he is, and he's showing that he's not. They've already taken him off the top line. I think they're going to have a struggle finding somebody on that top line for the right side. They played that Cowan kid today, and he looked okay, but they don't have anybody to replace Marner, and there's chemistry and all that kind of stuff. So I thought Toronto was going to struggle early, and so far they are. Uh, as far as the Canadians in Seattle, that'll be an interesting one.
I
You
was just
see
gonna say
Seattle.
that's gonna be a nice game there for that one.
Yeah, Seattle's got to come all the way from the west to the east for this one, and they're coming in. I call it coming in fat, meaning they won their first 2 games, and now they're coming in like sure they're feeling good about themselves, but sometimes you can feel a little too good about yourself, and so that's going to
Going
be
at
a
home
tough.
against the Canadians, you know what I mean? And
They're playing on the road,
they
and the
just
Canadians at
signed
home. Yeah,
they just signed Hudson to
it's
an
going to be
eight
a tough.
year.
That's going to be a tough game for them. And I think is this the Canadians' home opener? Were they? I can't.
I think so.
Have they been on the road this whole time? I think so. So this will be their
I
home opener too. So that's going to
yeah.
be a tough game for the Kraken for sure.
And Hudson just signed his new contract.
Yeah, well, a steal. It should be a steal. that'll be a shocker if that's not a steal. Like almost 9 million. That kid looks awesome. He's got to
I
learn how to
mean,
play defense, and it looks like he's learning that. So
yeah, yeah. I think he's gonna be okay. Yeah, you know what I mean. So,
right.
um,
So hmm,
so far though, so far, I'll be honest with you. I like the Preds over the Leafs, and I like the Canadians over the
the
Kraken.
Kraken. Okay, that's what
Yeah,
we'll do. We'll go with what your picks are because I'm going to say mine at 10 o'clock. So we'll
there
just
you
go
go.
Oilers and Rangers.
Okay,
Give me your. We got the Oilers
man.
coming off of uh, win over Vancouver, which really doesn't really mean much. The Rangers, you don't know what the heck you're going to get from them from game to game. So, what do you think here
Well, if
with
they
the
got
Oilers?
Shesterkin in that, which I'm anticipating they will,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it's the Mom needs a brand new shoes. You know what I mean? Kind of thing for the Rangers. And with them going up against the Oilers, I think the Oilers are going to be on that one.
Think the
I
Oilers are
like
going to win that one?
yeah, I like the Oilers on that one, even though it's in Madison Square Garden. Drysaitel always just plays good there in New York. You know, so I don't know. Or McDavid, I'm sorry, not Drysaitel, but McDavid always
McDavid, yeah.
plays really good there in New York. So and
And the
without
Rangers without Trocheck, it's going to be tough for them.
yeah, so I'm definitely going with Oilers on that one.
Mhm. Okay, I could
Right,
see
yeah,
that. I could
yeah,
see that.
yeah.
My whole thing is I still like the Oilers having their slow starts, and then just beating Vancouver doesn't do anything for me to say that it's not a slow start yet. So, but we'll see.
Right, right,
All
right.
right, let's go Lightning and Capitals.
One of the games of the one of the games of the night here, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I've liked what I've seen from the Capitals so far this year. I mean, it's a small sample
Sample
size,
size. They just
you
beat the
know.
Islanders,
Like I
but
said, it's a small sample
and
size.
then they like played a snoozer against the Rangers, didn't they? And they won
Right.
that one. So
So, but like I said, all things considered, I'm liking what I'm seeing from Washington, and with this being one of those good games, I I'm gonna go with Tampa Bay.
you're gonna go Tampa Bay, even though you like what you've seen from the Capitals. That's interesting.
Yeah, I like what
Yeah,
I've seen from the Capitals, but man, you just can't. There's just I don't know. I just something about Tampa Bay and uh their goaltending. I mean, Vasilevsky is as far
he's
as I'm
kind of
concerned,
struggled early so far, but he does that at times from time.
right.
Sometimes, yeah.
And but as far as I'm concerned, when you have him in net, you pretty much have a chance to win on most nights. That's kind of the way I feel about Shesterkin, even though he plays for the Rangers. But with Vasilevsky, I just like that matchup better for Tampa Bay on that night. I'm not saying that Washington isn't going to win the season series against them. Do you know what I
Mhm.
mean? But I just like it for tomorrow night.
Oh yeah, they just beat Boston. They lost their first two home games, and they could be feeling kind of like, okay, time to wake up here. You never know. That's not bad. And the Capitals are 2-1 right now, so they don't feel the same urgency. Might have a good chance. Might have a good one there, buddy.
There's a
Golden.
reason why I don't pick lottery numbers. Okay.
Oh, I think that's a good pick early. I think you're probably getting a really good price on a Lightning there too. So this is now we were talking about the Golden Knights and what they're going on. Well, I mean, they got what should be a layup here, I would think, with the Flames, but you've mentioned, they haven't really looked all that great so far. So what do you think with the Flames and the
I
Golden Knights?
I like the Flames on this one.
Hmm,
Yeah, I
okay.
like the Flames on this. Just I really like that goaltender they got up there in Calgary with Wolf.
Well, Wolf, yeah, oh, yeah, he's
I
great.
really like that goaltender up there, and and Kadri has been playing really well for them of late. So, yeah, I like Calgary up there for that one.
Okay. Um, don't blame me, actually. The Golden Knights haven't really been showing they can put it together yet.
And until they do, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna be like, all right, I'm picking. Look, I know they got Mitch Marner, and I know they got Jack Eichel, and look, you and I both know those are some of the best players out there, and to have them
Yeah.
on the same team is a really great one-two punch for them. And but they're just not there yet. I don't think.
Yeah, you can say whatever you want about the Flames. They will give you a game pretty much every time. You don't see the Flames mailing it in. So
That's exactly
for
what I'm
sure.
talking about. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And they've been staunch the last couple years, especially against the likes of Vegas and with the Battle of Alberta, they've fared rather decently in that battle as well too over the last couple years. So yeah, I'm going with Calgary on that one.
Okay. All right. So we got the Wild who are playing tonight. And I do believe they're playing at home tonight too, are they not? Starting up right. Actually, they're
Yeah,
already playing.
yeah, they're
Playing
playing
at
against the
home.
Kings.
They got their backup in because they want to save them for this game. This will be a tough one.
At
Dallas
Dallas.
at home.
At Dallas all day long. I'm going with Dallas.
Okay. Yeah,
I
it makes sense. Makes sense.
I I'm actually I'd actually say that I'm kind of predicting Dallas to come out of the West as one of the top three teams, more so the top team, but I'm looking for Dallas to come out of the West.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we're talking about them already. Uh, unless they really decide that they don't care about this game, Hurricanes versus the Sharks
In San Jose,
in San Jose.
and
Yeah.
yes, um I've watched Carolina play so far this year. I haven't seen San Jose yet. But I'm going to go with Carolina. They
Yeah.
play because their system makes them really good on the road. The only thing that they need to work on, I think, a little bit more is their power play. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I think Carolina on this one.
Yeah, it's sort of a letdown game, and it kind of has me a little worried. But I mean, I just don't think I could take the Sharks. So,
And the
I'll,
Sharks, the Sharks are not necessarily a slouch team.
no,
You
no.
know, they're good. They just don't have any defense and they don't have any goaltending, but they got a lot of offense. So
Well, yeah, their whole defensive system and everything, and I had a feeling that that's what they were going to be working on this year. That's another team where
yeah.
it's why run and gun and try to win in the regular season when you're not ready yet. So you might as well what Tocchet is doing in Philly, actually go and play some learn how to play the game the way you need to. So all right, next game we have the final game. This will be interesting. The Penguins just got their butt kicked by the Rangers, and now they're going to play the Ducks.
That's
That's
going to be a quacker.
you think the Ducks are going to win that one?
Yeah, I think that's a quacker on that one. In spite of their losses, but some of the gains, I'm liking what they're doing in Anaheim. If you're if you're the Penguins and you just get spanked by the Rangers like that, yeah, it's not giving me the warm fuzzies. We never really
Yeah,
expected Pittsburgh to be much this year. I mean, look, I get it. You have Crosby, you have Malkin, you have a chance every night for the most part, but you don't really have anything to back those guys up with. So until you get something like that, you're it's wishful thinking until then. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm going
yeah.
with Ducks on that.
All right. Okay. Well, there you go. You'll get all what I'm going to be playing at 10 o'clock tonight, which is not too far around the corner, about an hour and a half. Uh,
Be
but
sure to check that out.
yeah, thanks for coming. Thanks for coming in, Ron.
You got it, buddy.
Talking about all the games. We'll be doing this probably once a week, going through our games for the week.
Or
And
maybe
all
more. Maybe
maybe
more. We'll try to
more.
do it maybe, twice a
Hmm.
week, maybe something like that. We'll try to do it
Okay.
some more.
Well, we'll go. Well, when especially when some news happens, you'll find it here, and we'll have some good discussion about it. It's going to be an exciting year. I think it's going to be a really exciting year. So
For sure,
uh,
for sure.
be sub up and hit that like button. Everybody sub up, like it if you like it. This has been Puckin Deep. Now, I wanted to ask you one thing, Ron. Wait, I saw you just did some really good prospect stuff there not too long ago with Mr. Cohen. What exactly are you working on with that? That's you gotta watch this if you like hockey and you like to see the kids coming up. This is the guy you want to be talking to. What do you got coming up there, Ron?
Well, we just did a show here not too long ago with Russ Cohen and the Prospect On, where we did the top right-hand shot defenseman for the 2026 NHL draft. So you got to check that out. Um, I do the show, the Hockey Writers Inc. with him, and then I had him on talking about USHL prospects because he covers the USHL, and I'm now the head USHL scout for Draft Prospects Hockey. So you got to go check that out. That's draftprospecthockey.com, or you can follow us at Draft Prospect Hockey on X. Be sure to check those guys out for sure. So yeah, there's lots of great prospects coming up, lots of great things that we're going to be talking about. I'm going to try to be doing um, s- releasing some shorts on like some players of the week for the United States Hockey League and some other things. I just finished an article. I was at the Hershey Bears Syracuse Crunch game, watching Andrew Cristal and Ethan Frank play hockey,
Nice.
and yeah, it was great. So I took a whole bunch of pictures, like 1,800 of them to be exact, and and I got a really nice article that I'm going to be putting out there as well on draftprospectshockey.com, where you'll have some great pictures that I took, and then the article that I wrote about the two-game stand that Hershey did against Syracuse Crunch.
Awesome. That's See, that's what I'm saying, man. You're gonna get in deep information here. You got all the prospects, all the teams, all the trades that happen, uh, who's running hot, who's running cold, all of that here at Puck in Deep. So thank you, Ron, for coming in. This has been
Thank you, brother.
awesome time with you, like usual. And we'll be back again. See you next time on Puck in Deep.